SHOT Show 2018 at the Strider booth, but with Steve of TiConnector. How you doing, sir?
Good. What's up with the left hand, man?
The left. Okay. Little side note. Well, first of all, I got the camera in my hand, right?
There you go.
And I am a bit of an ape, but I can't really juggle stuff around that well. And on top of it, you ever heard of Baden Powell?
No.
Lord Baden Powell? He's the guy who founded the Boy Scouts.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Well, obviously, looking at me, you know I'm not a Boy Scout, but when Baden.
Cub Scout, maybe?
What are you like a... There you go. So, when he was before he did the Boy Scouts, he used a lot of stuff from his travels and his professional life. He was in the army. He was a soldier. He was an officer. Blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? The whole British thing. When he was in Africa, he was encountering the Ashanti tribe. I think I'm pronouncing that right. And the Ashanti tribe leaders, the chiefs, when he went to go have a peace sit down with them and a little round table, they would shake their. He would reach out with his right hand. They said, no, no, no. Only our bravest warriors drop their shield and then use their left hand as a sign that they're not fearful. Because you know the traditional thing for most of the world, shake the right hand, strong hand, so you're showing that you don't have a weapon in your strong hand, right? You know that. I mean, you got a life prior to making some of this really great stuff.
Somewhat.
Yeah, a little bit, you know, a little here and there. So that's why. So, and I've been doing it a little bit. I don't know. It's just turning into an automatic thing because I'm using the camera in the right hand.
Very cool.
So, and of course, you're here at the Strider booth and blah blah blah. You'll be here for all intents and purposes in the projected future at SHOT Show.
At the SHOT Show, yeah, the Strider guys were, you know.
How can you stand this guy? This guy
right here?
This guy. How can you stand
Right here,
him?
this guy right here. Everything I've learned in life that's valuable, I've learned from this guy.
Well, and you had to learn a few things from that guy too, because I've learned a few things from him as well.
Absolutely. No, this
Why don't you smile just once? Just once.
So I'm not clear for smiling until 9:30.
9:30?
Still
okay,
is
you got 10 minutes.
very early.
We'll get back to you. So anyhow, sorry about that.
No, yeah, this is the coolest group of guys you could want to be around.
They're goofy guys.
I do some work for these guys.
Some of their blades.
Kind of used to be a secret, kind of now it's not. I do titanium hardware for folders, and I do most of Nick and it's weird.
Most of their guys stuff. Okay, cool.
Titanium stuff. And
well,
so,
what I'd like to stay focused.
Their heart. Oh, here I am.
And there you are. You're part of the team.
Well, I don't know if I'm part of the team, but they let me hang out with them.
Water boy.
Yeah, coffee monitor.
Coffee monitor. Okay, great. So, why don't you tell me a little bit about your background? What got you into making gear?
You know, I was in a law enforcement capacity in my previous life, and out of that, I started building custom knives and went into custom folding knives and just couldn't get decent folding hardware. So by virtue of needing good folding hardware, I just decided I wanted to start making my own, and you can't really afford to go out and buy $1 million worth of doggone equipment and just make your own hardware. So I started making it for other guys like Strider and a bunch of custom knife guys in the industry. And so that's really just been kind of the evolution of the whole thing.
What kind of components were you making? Like screws and fittings, or
yeah, we do all this.
Oh, this is yours here?
Yeah, all these titanium screws and standoffs, and basically all the round parts that can go into a folding knife. That's we do that. We do gun grip screws.
You got grips, yeah. Oh, okay. You do the screws, not the grips.
Right, the gun grip screws. And by virtue of that, we've kind of morphed off into doing stuff. We do titanium chopsticks. We of course got to do something a little different. So our titanium chopsticks unscrew in the middle, go into a case.
Right.
It's all grade 5 titanium.
Go ahead. Brother, you're jumping around all over, but it's fine. I'm trying to catch up. Go ahead.
Yeah, we do. Like these titanium spikes are a new thing. They're kind of a collaborative thing between me and Strider.
Like a triangular spike.
Yep. So just kind of anything that you can do out of round bar, we're up for it.
You work on it. You can make it happen.
Try to.
Beautiful. Now you mentioned these are titanium here.
Yep.
And that's some intricate work, man. I mean, I have a few pairs of titanium, and I've had like carbon fiber chopsticks. It's kind of nice to be able to have your own personalized set, but you've got some real intricate detail here. How do you go about? I mean, what's that all about? If you can explain it to me.
Yeah, I mean, we have Swiss CNC screw machines,
right?
And so pretty much all of the stuff that we do on the Swiss CNC screw machines.
Okay.
And,
now these also. This is like is that a flame titanium?
This is zirconium.
Zirconium.
So yeah, zirconium, another reactor metal, absolutely.
Safe to eat with this stuff?
Absolutely.
You don't have to coat it with anything?
Nope. No, it builds its own coating.
Over time?
Titanium builds up a titanium oxide when it's
Right.
heated. Zirconium builds up a zirconium oxide when it's heated.
And it'll happen over time too, is that correct? I mean, a real long time.
It could, I suppose, yeah.
Long after we're gone.
Maybe after we're done.
At least after I'm gone. You're going to be around for a long time. You keep making this kind of equipment, this kind of gear, you're going to be around for a long time, man. Yeah, that's some amazing stuff. Ballpoint pen here? Or is that another tool?
No, this is just more of a gadget. You know, we started out doing these. This is a fully machined. Basically, it's a 223 round that's fully machined. You know, just to hang off your keychain. And a lot of people said those sure are cute. So you know, it'd be nice if you did something bigger. So it's like, you want something bigger? Here we go. So that's a 50 BMG.
Oh, okay.
Machined out of a solid piece of titanium.
And flamed, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, it kind of threw me off there. Of course, it's a little. Now, these pieces here, what are these?
These are actually just a motorcycle helmet that are machined out for the valve stem covers, just kind of to show people, you know, what our capabilities are. So.
Right. Okay, very good. And to contact you if somebody's interested in some of your product that cannot make it, and I say product, some of your, actually this is artwork almost.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
if somebody's interested in it and they can't make it to a SHOT Show, which a lot of folks can't, or you can't make it to a knife show because you're busy, or you're jumping through hoops and what have you, trying to make your living, how do they contact you?
yeah, so I mean, we do a lot of the major knife shows. We do Blade, we do the TKI, we do the USN show. But you can always get a hold of me on my website. It's just Steve at TiConnector.com.
Okay.
Or you can go to our website, TiConnector.com. There's a lot of what we do on this website. There's a lot of what we do that doesn't make it on the website either. But
Right.
if you see something that you like, always available to give me a call.
Yep, for possible custom orders, like if somebody has an idea in their mind and they want to run it by you?
Yeah, it's a possibility. We stay pretty busy with what we're trying to do.
It's hard to set aside that time for something special, especially if you're really on the mill, so to speak. I guess that's what you do.
I mean, we unfortunately have to turn down a lot of work, but I mean, we're always up for listening to somebody pitch something, and if it's something that we can fit in or we can do, then we'd love to be able to make it happen.
Very good. And just we may have covered this earlier, but how long have you been doing this? How long have you been making these tools?
I've been building the custom knives for about 20 years. We moved into the hardware manufacturing about 5 years ago.
Okay. And I don't think I saw all of these, but these are collar sets for.
Yeah. So these are basically our titanium pivot screws, and then this is a collar set that goes around the titanium pivot screws, and they're for the custom folder makers. A lot of guys are using them on fixed blade now. It's for handle screws on fixed blades too.
Right. Kind of dress it up a little bit.
Yeah, just a fancy fastener.
You do knife clips, belt or pocket clips or belt clips, and you got the thumb studs, pivot sets. Wow, plethora of goodness there.
Yeah.
Steve, it was a pleasure to meet you, brother.
All right.
Okay.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.
Take good care. Matter of fact, okay.